Yeah, absolutely. So we use just the Google Calendar. So with Google Calendar, I try to do my scheduling with all of my student workers. I try to get about 3 weeks to a month ahead in scheduling. So I will set my crews in the calendars for 7 days for teardowns and for event leads to actually work events. And I try to get as ahead as possible on that, just because things happen with events where people add, head counts change events, people add on tables and different equipment. So the more I can get organized, the more I can get my staff set in place, it kind of keeps me at ease where I can I'm always trying to look ahead in a few weeks just to make scheduling easier. So we use Google Calendar, and then when we're working with INT in the athletic department, they usually share their calendars with us too, so we're able to look up a certain department and I can see when INT is loading in. So if I know that loading in on a Thursday at 10 a.m. for nurse pinning, and I'm going to have my crew come in on Wednesday night from 6 to 8 to set up for nurse pinning. So the arena is already set for when they come in to do lighting and sound and rehearsals, mic checks and all that. We also use for our event management system for internal people at APUs. We use 25 Live, and that's our event management system. And anyone can go on there at events.apu.edu, and if you're looking to book any space on campus, you can put in your request for the room you want, the date you want, your head count, the type of setup you want, and those requests come into our office. And our student workers, so our booking coordinator has about six office workers underneath her, and she and her team actually sort through those tasks and make sure they come as tasks, and they make sure that the building and the room is available for the date, and they assign all the resources and email out the event confirmations as PDFs. So then the different people, different departments are able to see like, hey, my event got booked and it's in this room and these are the resources. Yeah, so it's an ongoing process. Every day you can come in the morning and you can have anywhere from 15 to like 30 different tasks, so you got to think about that. People are always requesting to use space around campus. Not a slow day of human services.
Never.
Yeah.
Okay, closing comments, questions. I have a question for you. Where did you start your sport management career? Because you've only been here a year or 2 years?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
A year and a half. So where did you start, and how did you get your foot in the door?
Okay, so I started interning with the athletic department at Cal State Monterey Bay. I was a 4-year student athlete there.
I have terrible weather there.
I know, I love it. Yeah. It's not too bad being like a block and a half away from the beach, especially if you like riding your bike and surfing and hiking.
Yep.
Yeah, so I did my 4 years of undergrad there, and I found a mentor there within the athletic department. Her name was Stephanie Duke. She was the senior women's administrator and associate athletic director for that department, and she kind of took me under her wing and was able to give me opportunities to serve on this student athletic advisory committee. I think, are you doing that?
No, that's April.
That's April.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got to serve on that community. I got to start the Blue Crew there, which was kind of like an athletic fan club on campus. And she let me take on some different projects in the office. And I just noticed, like, working with student athletes on a day-to-day basis and working in a facility, like, there's just something that drove me to learn more and get better working in a facility. And it's something I'm really passionate about. I love working with all the different vendors and clients, and being able to go to a facility every day and call at my office kind of drove me. She convinced me to apply for a sport management program, and she said look into some sport management programs in the Bay Area. I looked at University of San Francisco because she had a few friends that graduated from that department. As soon as I did some informational interviews with some of the professors up there, and I got to see the city and I got to see the campus, I was sold on it. I said, I don't matter what it takes, I'm going to do whatever I can to get into this university. And I applied for there, and I filled out a statement and got all my letters of recommendation and made sure all my grades and transcripts were in place, and I got accepted up into that program. And that's really that 2-year program is kind of where it set me up for success, to build those relationships and get those part-time jobs and the internship experiences. to get as much experience as I could in those 2 years. And that was really the platform that helped me grow to get where I'm at APU.
Did you find the internships were key in developing the relationships, networking, and getting your experience?
Oh, absolutely. I had to get internships because it was part of the requirement for our program. So we had to get an internship.
This one too?
Yeah, exactly. That we had to have like 360 hours of different service in the sports industry. So those hours helped because it really got you out of your comfort zone, where you had to look at getting involved in a an NCAA tournament, or a WCC golf tournament. I got an opportunity to do a lot of weekend gigs in different capacities, but that kind of helped build my network and relationships. I'd say the big opportunity that really was kind of a breakthrough for me that gave me the most experience just dealing with high-end clients and season ticket members was I worked for the San Francisco Giants for 2 years as a customer service specialist in that department. And the nice thing is it wasn't just customer service. Like, we got to build relationships with season ticket holders, and we got to work with our service membership, and so we were working on retention, so renewing season tickets. We're working on the servicing, making sure they had all their tickets printed for the right days, working on mini ticket plans, working on promotions, helping season ticket members on the game days, if they missed, if they didn't bring all their tickets, if they needed a special event ticket, if doing seat visits, so visiting them in the ballpark, dropping off client gifts. So that was really kind of opened my eyes that, man, there's so much out here in the sports industry. And like I said, when you're going to work, whether it's arena or whether it's a ballpark every day, like, you wake up pumped, excited about the day. Like, there's no better feeling. Like, when I go back to AT&T Park and I visit, like, you get these goosebumps because you're like, man, this place is incredible. So it's
Do you find value in the idea, in the concept of not burning bridges wherever you've been?
Yeah, that's been a very big challenge of mine, is keeping in touch with people, because it's very hard when you move on to a new organization. But I know that you never want to close those doors, and as hard as it is, always try to, whether it's a quick phone call or a small email, it's always good to try to keep in touch with your old coworkers and your old manager, because you never know when that door might open and that opportunity might open for you to come back and be a part of that organization again. To this day, I'm always looking at, what jobs might be open down the road that I might be more qualified for now because I got the experience somewhere else. So I'm always trying to keep those relationships going,
And then how did you land here?
I landed here through, I didn't really go through any network through the sport management program. I had a meeting with one of my professors to talk about the opportunity down here, and he kind of gave me some strategies on how to approach the situation and the interviews and the job. And then I actually just went through a College Board website. So I kind of went to the College Board and I looked for event management and operations within facilities, and this one came up, and I applied, and I was just persistence. Like, I probably emailed them to the point where they were annoyed about it, but I just kept emailing week in and week out, and